I tried to communicate. We did therapy. I gave it time, but eventually I came to the conclusion that staying married would be just delaying the inevitable, and it wouldn't be fair to either of us. So I told her I wanted a divorce. And that's when things turned into a bad episode for housewives of the entitled. Hey gang, and welcome back to the hollowed halls of Magic's Monologue. Magic here, your curator of personal growth and the sage keeper of the keys to today's tome of wisdom and knowledge. Today's episode, am I the a-hole for divorcing my wife and not wanting to give her half after she said I wasted her time? But before we get into it, join me on Locals at magicsmonologue.locals.com and on X, formerly Twitter, at Magic's Monologue, as I'm working to grow on those platforms as well. Let's begin the journey. This is a story of a guy who fell out of love. Now she claims he wasted her best years and wants half of everything, despite a prenup. Who's right? Well, watch to find out, and along the way, see brutal truths about female entitlement, male disposability, and why marriage is a rigged game for men. Learn the lessons in this video, and don't learn them the hard way. I, male 32, been married to my wife, female 28, for 6 years. We met when she was 21 and I was 25. We dated for about a year before getting married. Slap to the back of the head. That was for we dated for about a year before getting married. Dude, no. Take 4 to 5 years to get to know a woman, learn her value systems, examine her friends, look at her mom and her parents' relationship, because whatever her family issues are, they will be your marriage. A courtship about a year is just stupid and asking for it, and asking for failure to move in to the spare bedroom. Things were good for a long time, but in the past 2 years, I started realizing we had grown into very different people. We wanted different things, have different priorities, and to be completely honest, the love I felt for her slowly faded. Yeah, because you married her in less than 5 years. What? You thought you showed her who you really were, warts and all? Or did you think she showed you her true self in that short time? Don't think so. I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I just fell out of love. Well, good for you for not cheating or lying. That is what an honorable man does. I tried to communicate. We did therapy. I gave it time, but eventually I came to the conclusion that staying married would just be delaying the inevitable, and it wouldn't be fair to either of us. So I told her I wanted a divorce. Okay, so far that is how an adult handles these things. So again, good for you. She was understandably upset. Then things escalated. As they often do, shocker. She said I wasted her time and that I used up her good years only to leave her. She now wants half of everything. The house, my retirement account, investments, even though she didn't contribute much financially. She's been in and out of work, and I've been the primary wage earner for most of the marriage. Guys, did you catch the manipulation tactic here? If not, I'll come back to this important element later. We signed a prenup agreement before we got married. It was fair that she had her own lawyer. There was no pressure, and it clearly laid out what would happen if we ever split. It protects the assets I brought into the marriage, and it doesn't entitle either of us to spousal support unless certain conditions are met, which aren't. Oh man, high five. Pay attention here, guys. This is the correct boss move. Let me repeat it for you guys in the back. We signed a prenup agreement before we got married. FYI, to be safe, the minimum time is 3 months before the wedding. and it can't be presented as an ultimatum. It was fair that she had her own lawyer. That is a key element right there, and a must if you want it to stick in front of a hostile judge. Frankly, all men should assume you will get a hostile judge and act accordingly. She's now saying that the prenup shouldn't matter because I emotionally conned her into a dead-end marriage and wasted her youth. That even though it's legally binding, morally, I should give her half because I took her best years and gave her nothing back. Wow. Talk about manipulation, delusion, and entitlement. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back to this. I don't see it that way. I loved her when we married. I was faithful. I supported her emotionally and financially. I tried everything to make it work. Falling out of love isn't a crime, and I don't think I should be punished for something I didn't do maliciously. Am I the a-hole for sticking to the prenup and not giving her half just because she says I wasted her time? Right. Well, first of all, no, you are not the a-hole. Women do this defecation and blindsiding men every day, and society says, you go, girl, find your happiness and be a boss bee. Here are my thoughts, since this does not pass the gender swap test. There is some hard truths you need to hear, not just about your situation, but about the nature of relationships, female psychology, and the legal system that's, well, stacked against you. First, let's address her claim that you wasted her time or wasted her best years. This is emotional manipulation, pure and simple. Women weaponize time differently than men. For her, youth and fertility are her prime social capital, and she's panicking because she's nearing the wall, the point where her sexual market value declines sharply. That's not your fault. You didn't deceive her. You married her in good faith, provided a roof over her head, and tried to make it work. But here's the reality. Women do not love like men do. Women don't love unconditionally. They love opportunistically. When the comfort, security, or the tingles fade, they reframe the relationship as a waste if it doesn't end on their terms. Now, about the prenup, good for you for having one. Most men are stupid and don't, and they get financially obliterated, especially you guys who live in California. She agreed to it. She had her own lawyer. The fact that she's now calling it unfair is buyer's remorse. She thought she could change the terms, as most women do, or that you would never enforce it. Stand your ground. The second you give in out of guilt, you reward her tantrum and teach her that manipulation works. The court will honor the contract, but only if you don't fold first. So, here's my advice on what you do going forward. For the rest of you guys watching, pay attention. Lawyer up and shut up. Stop discussing this with her directly. Every emotional conversation is ammunition for her to paint you as the villain. Let your attorney handle it. Frame control, aka control the narrative, like right now. She's trying to make you out to be the bad guy. Don't defend, don't apologize. We agreed to this. I honored my vows. The marriage didn't work, period. Get your side out first to friends and family and let them know you didn't cheat and you didn't abuse her. Personally, if you live in a one-party state, always get them on tape answering the following questions, and these are just kind of like a suggestion. Honey, have I ever abused you? Well, no, baby, you haven't. Have I ever mistreated you? Oh, no, honey. Have I been a good provider? Yes, you have. This way, when she plays victim, you can dismantle her inevitable victim narrative if it comes to that. Prepare for a smear campaign. She'll play the victim to friends, family, maybe even social media. Conventional wisdom is to stay silent. Men always lose in the court of public opinion because society sides with female pain over male logic. However, in some cases, you may need to drop some facts with evidence that she is lying. But before you do, run it past your lawyer. Rebuild. Post-divorce, focus on your mission, gym, finances, and your purpose. Most men don't hit their peak SMV until their late 30s or 40s. You've got time. She doesn't. Let that sink in. My final thoughts. Marriage is the highest risk contract a man can sign. If you ever consider it again, vet ruthlessly. Does she respect you or just the lifestyle you provide? Does she respect her father or did she grow up with just a single mom? Is she a low body count, feminine and nurturing, or just playing wife until she gets bored? These are lessons for us men. Learn them. Stay strong, and the road ahead is yours to own. If you found value in this video, then help this channel grow by doing 3 things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and share this with at least 3 friends who need to learn from this channel. Confession is good for the soul and this channel. Give me your personal relationship stories to share, or if you see an article online you think I should cover, send the link to stories@magicsmonologue.com. Through this, you're leading by example, encouraging other men to rise higher, and ensuring you live a life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. If you're on YouTube and want another video like this one, then click here to watch Marriage Decline: Why Men Are Opting Out of Marriage, which, by the way, has got some great tips on protecting your assets and prenups. And that video is coming up right now.